Good morning, everybody. So with today's video, oh boy, I'm sure that the comments are going to be interesting on this one here. But this is a topic that I feel like needs to be discussed. It's an issue in our community, and no, it is not about influencers. Yes, I do have my gripes with some of them, and some of them are actually my friends, but I've kind of removed myself from the fragrance community. So I'm an OG, I'm an old grandpa, so I'm going to say community, force of habit, but this is really just a fragrance space, in all honesty. But if you're an influencer who's curious why I just stopped, cut ties, well, because the friendship is one way. If you want to talk, reach out to me, boom. I got that off my chest, but today's discussion is going to be about large collections and fragrance addiction. I ended up getting the inspiration to do this video from a young man from Australia. His name is Alex Edwards. Now, I will attach his link down in the description box below. Please check him out. He is way more articulate with how he comes across and how he presented his opinions. Myself, I can be a little bit blunt. Like, a lot of people love my Bill Burr type of honesty, where I can come across as a bit of an asshole. But I also like to consider myself like Mr. Levinstein, the American Pie dad, the guy who likes to have fun, who likes to give some fatherly advice, because I gotta be honest, I am the old man in this community. I just am. Having a large collection is stupid. There is no need. That is just my views. It doesn't mean it's right, it doesn't mean it's wrong. But please hear me out. Having a large collection, fragrances that you barely use, is financially stupid. Now, my collection is small in comparisons to other people out there, but for me, I have over 300. That's small compared to other creators out there, like whether that person is a creator, an influencer, or even just a watcher, a collector. That is small compared to some other people's collections out there. Like, some people got 1,000 to like 5,000. Some creators out there, like content creators or even influencers, will have just their collection in the background. Some people have complained that this is boring. It kind of is, but we're also in the process of decluttering and moving. And I've read in the comments before where people have said, oh, these people are just flexing with their collection. Okay, sure, whatever. If you think that, that's fine. But I kind of feel like for me, it's an addiction. It's not flexing. It's like, yes, it's very aesthetically pleasing. See, this is where I get my words mixed up. It looks nice, but at the end of the day, it's useless. A lot of those fragrances, they don't get used. It's hard to finish a bottle when you have such a large array of fragrances. Now, this channel is all about the everyday man, the affordability. And a lot of people over the years who are, whether they are watchers, whether they were once time a subscriber and just kind of moved on, which is totally fine. I've done that with a lot of people as well. Or even people who just, like, I hate the term hater, but like some people say, well, you have bought a lot of cheapies. You're right, I have. But I have also bought a lot of niche fragrances such as Atkinson's, Creeds. Creeds are definitely not cheap. A brand that I really love right now, Montal, Mancera. And a brand that I love, but is definitely overpriced, Bond Number 9. I got a lot of fragrances from each and every single one of these brands. I also have a lot of Ateliers, but as well a lot of Acqua di Parmas. So my collection is just not cheapies or just designers. Even if it was nothing but cheapies, having like 100 cheapies, well, the small purchases in the end, they do add up. So at times you are paying for what you're getting. Like I said, I love Creed. This is discontinued. Came out in 2014, I believe. Love it. Love it. It's like citrusy. It's got like tea and musk and petitgrain. But it's a fragrance that I don't reach. So why do I have it? There's no need. I love this one here as well. Montal Intense Cafe. I hated it over 10 years ago when I started this channel. But now I absolutely love it. Do I wear it? No. What finally made me wake up to this addiction, having like an array of fragrances that I just never use, is the fact that we're moving later in the year. As I stated already in this video, we're decluttering, we're cleaning. There's a reason why that there's not a painting here right now. So like, what's the point of putting one up, right? I have to take care of my stuff. I have a lot of samples that are pretty much everywhere. I got 3 cabinets behind me I would show you, but this room is a little bit messy. As I said, we're in the midst of decluttering and cleaning. Just me opening up the cabinets and seeing what I need to get rid of, just this overwhelming feeling. And with my personality, I can get overwhelmed quite easily. That's just unfortunately how my brain is wired. But even now that I'm calmed down, and this has been like over a month, really 2 months, I'm realizing I have wasted thousands of dollars on stuff that I never use, that I bought for the sake of this channel, that I bought for the sake of top 10s. There's nothing wrong with doing a top 10, but do you really need a bottle for it? A bottle that you'll never use? Absolutely not. If it's a best, like a top 5 or a top 10 best, and you're not even wearing it, well, it's not really a best now, is it? And now that I've kind of woo-sawed, I realize that I don't need all this. And me trying to sell a lot of these fragrances, it's tough. Even if I were to sell, let's say this one is loved, Bottom 9's Bleecker Street. Let's say I bought this for $200 and it's 99% full. And I say, you know what? I want $150 for it. It's hard to sell it for $150. A lot of people who don't understand this fragrance game are gonna say, that's a little high. I want it for like 50 to like 75 bucks. They just will. And this stuff here, even if your collection is nothing but niche fragrances, that's even more money wasted, in all honesty. Fragrances that you'll never use. Maybe that you'll use, let's say, what? Once to 5 times a year. If you love something, let's say you have a collection of 30, which is still a lot, and I'm trying to get my collection down to that. But even if you have 30 fragrances, it's still like hard to like rotate them because like, you can only wear them for so much of the year, the season, the occasion. But it's not an investment. Some people are going to say, yes, it is an investment. Even if this was discontinued and hard to come by. And again, I bought it for 200 bucks. And this is going for, let's say, $400 now. It's hard to sell it for $400 on eBay or anywhere. It is possible, but it's going to take a long time for people to say, you know what, I want it, I'm going to get it. So it's just going to collect dust in your cabinet, your shelf, wherever you store your fragrances. So it's not an investment in the end. When it comes to my fragrance palette, my tastes, I love my freshies, but I don't need a ton of freshies. If I got 10 to 15 or more freshies, such as this, and definitely such as this, they all have some similarities. This is mint and tonic. There's a lot of mint and it has this mint and tonic vibe to it. Citrusy, minty, musky, love it, smells great. This is very fresh with a slight woods to it. It's also great. It's a little bit different than the mint and tonic, but do I need both? Not really. And especially this one here. Green tea, citrus. I'm not sure if there's blackcurrant or some sort of fruit to it. It's been a little while. But it's green, fresh, and aromatic. These are all fresh and aromatic. I don't need all 3 of these. I just don't. Now when it comes to freshies, yes, have a green one. Have just a citrus scent. Or have an oceanic, a marine scent. Have maybe 1 or 2 each from that type of genre. But having like 20, 30 of like the same fragrance DNA from different brands, it's a waste of cash. It's a waste of space. So for me, trying to rid a lot of these fragrances, or just anybody who's looking to declutter, it can be difficult. Especially if you're trying to make a few bucks off it. Because even if you are selling, you're taking a hit. 200 bucks. Reasonably 125 to 150 if it's like almost full. I think it's reasonable. But a lot of people are not going to want to spend 100 bucks on this, especially if they don't know the fragrance market. A lot of the guys that I work with, and I work in blue collar, they love the fact that, you know, hey, like I love my colognes, but they just don't understand the market. They don't understand that this is expensive. And most of the guys that I work with, they like their cheapies and their designers. There's a few guys who love their niche, but just trying to sell it, you're gonna take a hit, which I am. For me, and in my opinion, having a smaller collection is just, it's better to have. You don't have to worry, it's like, what fragrance do I really want to wear? I have so many great fragrances. I'm looking at my niche fragrances right now. I see a Frappé Luministe. Love it. but I don't reach for it. I also see Tom Ford Mandarino D'Amalfi Aqua. Got that from my wife. Not going to get rid of that because my wife gave it to me, but do I wear it? No. Bond number 9, Little Italy. Don't wear it. Not very good in all honesty. And I love Bond. But just having such a large collection for me it's useless. It's a waste of cash. That's money that I could have invested into like my retirement. Stocks, bonds, RSPs. Those are investment. This is an investment. Real estate. But this is not an investment. A lot of times when we purchase, we just purchase because we're looking to scratch that itch. Blind buying a whole bunch of fragrances, you get that high. But it's like after that, that high goes away and you have to repurchase to get that high once again. So it's a rotating cycle. So in some ways, there's something that's missing, that's lacking in here. That's just my opinion now. But I have no desire to buy any more fragrances. The last one I got was back in December. And that didn't cost me any money. That was Bond number 9's Shea Bond. Love it. I have Green Irish Tweed. Did I need it? No. Didn't cost me a dime. I used my points, but that's points that I could have used towards my credit card. And where I'm at in life, there's just a lot going on. I'm 47. I will be 48 next month. Where I'm at, I feel like, you know what? It's a new chapter with this new house that me and my wife bought together. I feel like some chapters are closing. This might be one of them, this channel. It's not as fun as it used to be. And no, it is not because I'm a failed content creator. 12 years doing this almost, I only got 32,000 subscribers. It is what it is. I've accepted that. But it's not as fun as it used to be. Collecting is not as fun as it used to be. I have no desire to really film. I do it because it helps bypass the time. It's a hobby, but there's not a lot of money in this. For me, there's not a lot of money. And there's going to be a lot of people, because I have gotten the comments, you got to spend money to make money. I spent money. I spent money. I spent money. And I'm not making any money. You really have to do the endless top 10s, top 5s. Panty droppers, common getters, stuff that I absolutely detest, refuse to do. But that's what feeds the algorithms. For me, that is low-hanging fruit. This video here, chances are it's not even going to get picked up by the algorithms and it's just going to get pushed back. I'm hoping it doesn't, just for the sake that this discussion hits a few people that need to hear this message, because there is such a thing as fragrance addiction. Having too much of anything is not a good thing. It's not an investment. And there's other people out there that collect other items. Stamps, watches. A watch, I feel that can be a bit of an investment. Sneakers, no. Fragrances, absolutely not. And there's going to be other people out there that say, this is better than cigarettes. In some ways, I agree with you. But at the end of the day, it's still an addiction and it's still a waste of money. That's all I'm saying. I think it's also where I'm at in life, again, where I'm realizing that I don't want all these or need a lot of these, is that I'm not old, but I'm not young neither. If something were to happen to me, I don't want my wife to have the burden of trying to get rid of all of these fragrances. At the end of the day, I just want to say, fragrance addiction is a real thing. I'm an addict that is working hard on it, and I just went cold turkey. For a lot of people, that's tough. But for me, once again, I have no desire to buy anything, to smell anything, and also, to be honest, just to film anything. Sometimes, a lot of the last couple of videos, I've had to force myself to pretend that I'm really enjoying this. I still enjoy this hobby to a degree, but to a much lesser degree. In my time, this journey might be coming to an end. I don't know. But I'm definitely working on my fragrance addiction. Hopefully, a lot of people resonate with this video. It's not, I'm not looking to cause a divide. I'm not looking for the clicks, for the money, because there's not a lot of money in this. Unless you're beautiful and got a great set of tits, chances are you're not, you know, listen, you can get hammered off a six-pack, off of like the hardest liquor, and I'm still not attractive. I got tits. They're just not a great pair of tits. Yeah, I gotta work on that health a little bit more too. So, see, I don't take myself too seriously, but at the same time, this is where the American Pie dad, Mr. Livingston, comes in. He's goofy, but there's always that important message with him, and that's what I'm trying to convey. So guys, if you like this very video, please drop me one of these. Trust me, it helps with the algorithms. Get this message across the community. I feel like a lot of people really need to see this video and hear this message. You're not alone. There's a lot of people out there with fragrance addiction. There's nothing to be ashamed about that, but in the end, we have to check ourselves. So guys, thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.